Alright, hello Professor Bright here, and welcome to the end of Dredge. Because we are apparently on the final phase of the game, and I'm curious what this will be. I kind of expected there to just be like an ending cinematic, but what's this final phase going to look like? Your progress will not be saved from this point onwards. Are you sure you wish to continue? I'm sure. The relics are coming with us. We should wait for the fog to thicken. With luck, the seas will remain unaware of our intentions. Waiting for the right time. What do you mean the seas will remain unaware of our intentions? Pardon? Now, our destination is the open expanse to the west of Greater Marrow. It's marked on the map. We must not tarry on the open waters, not with such a significant cargo. Make haste. The collector is aboard your vessel. This space? Where that giant red marker is? Where's my... You would think I'd have this memorized by now, but no. Nyum. Oh, they are actually in my cargo. Oh, good to know. This so far seems very simple. Did this require a... Did I just... Am I going to record like a 5-minute episode? This is the place. This is where she was taken from us. And where we can at least... Oh, I'm sorry, who's we? Who's we in this? Where we can at last bring her back. Only here and only because of what we've achieved. He opens the book and begins to read aloud. To release a lost one frozen in time. He throws the pocket watch overboard. And tethered by chains in the deep. He throws the necklace overboard. Bind them to this world once more. He throws the ring overboard. Open the door to the starry heavens. He slots the key into the lock of the music box, and lay the weary world to rest. He throws the music box overboard, its key left unturned. Oh dear. Oh dear. You absolute idiot. You killed the world, resurrected Cthulhu, for this. I mean, yeah. Should have seen that coming a mile away. And there the city burns. Dang, voice actors? There was voice acting? I mean, there were, like, grunts and stuff, but, like... I don't know. Not sure it counts, but that's neither here nor there. So, we've resurrected Cthulhu. All this effort just to bring someone back from the dead. Like, my guy, you blew up the planet. Effectively, didn't really blow up the planet, but you killed the world just to save one life. You're an idiot. Like, I get it, the whole broken heart thing, but think of... And just think. Spend 10 seconds thinking instead of feeling. People. I get it, it's hard to move on from the loss of a loved one, but counterpoint. better to move on from that loss than to just bring them back from the dead because you're obsessed with them. What is wrong with you? I tell you, this collector, what a guy. What a romantic. Ugh. All joking aside, though, that was a fantastic ending. I love that for a moment there. For a moment. You didn't notice that Cthulhu was coming out of the ocean, did you? You just saw the nice, pretty lady. And we're like, oh, isn't this wonderful? And then this giant octopus Cthulhu face comes out. Not explicitly Cthulhu, but I mean, come on. An eldritch creature. I'm into that. I am curious if there's a extra scene after this, so give us a moment. Pardon me. Professor Bright from the future here, and as it turns out, after I decided to watch some other people playing Dredge, there's an actual other ending to this game, which I was not aware of, so I figured that we are going to go ahead and follow a guide on how to get it, which I'm not sure if that's accurate, because I've seen two guides. Let me get out of here as quickly as possible. Seen two guides, one of which looks like it might actually be the answer now that I'm looking at that. So supposedly, there's an island in P10, and there's a dock here, where there is someone we need to speak to. Or, if this guide is incorrect, there's a random dock somewhere that I need to find. So, well, we know what I'm hoping is accurate. Brilliant. And I can't even dock on this side, but I see a fire there, so... Hey, you! You undock next to an old rowboat. Somebody is here. He's hunched over by the campfire, muttering to himself. You cautiously approach. That's the old mayor. Did you throw it back? What? The book. I think you've mistaken me for someone else. For the collector, perhaps. I'm not seeing things. It's really you, isn't it? Who do you think I am? He turns away, wringing his hands. He speaks to the fire. It was him and his damned wife. They dredged up that old book, but something cloaked in fog followed out right through the boat. Boom! The man makes crude explosion noises and motions wide with his hands, still talking to the fire as though pantomiming a story to a child. It spoke. It said it was coming for our breath, that we wouldn't be needing it soon. And then darkness crashed down. An age later, some of us washed up on the shore, and him still clutching that book. Throw it back, we cried as the fog rolled ashore. We thought, surely it can still be undone. What book are you talking about? Oh, we know. Silver and crimson, the book covered in her blood. You're not making any sense. Throw it back. The man closes his eyes tight as he holds back tears. His voice falls to a whisper. Please, the lighthouse keeper. She knows where it came from, where it needs to go. Tell me more about this book. Silver and crimson, silver and crimson. He rocks back and forth, staring through the flames. What do you know about the fog, eh? It cloaks that calamitous thing. It's evil. Haven't you felt it? And what does the lighthouse keeper have to do with this? She saw it all that ruinous day. Ask her, beg her, tell her I... He trails off, his face collapsing in sorrow. Curious, that. So that's the old mayor, the mayor that preceded the current one who we don't exactly trust. And that is fascinating, because that implies, along with all of these... I'm sorry, one moment. Where's my light? There we go. I don't know what this is all about, but thank you for disappearing. Huh. Where's my... Actually, I could manifest instead. But no, we're going to be lazy about it, because I want to talk a bit. So, that was the old mayor, and apparently he was on a voyage with the collector and his wife. And he mistook us for the collector. Huh. Curious. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking now. Because they did say that the island was supposedly unoccupied, right? Huh. Curiosities upon curiosities. To the lighthouse keeper, then. What is it? What do you know about the Silver and Crimson book? She shudders at the very mention of the book. You're really asking me, after all this time? You know it must be returned. She looks at you with deep pity. You have to move on, for her sake as well as yours. Take control, be rid of that thing once and for all. Ah. We rest a little just so we have a little bit more sanity going into this, but... well, we all know where the story is going with this. Or at least, I think we do. Let's see here. Because we are the only one who interacted with this collector. Is that not the case? Questions upon questions. Tell me of the ruined mansion. You climb the broken steps to the old mansion, the waves swelling and crashing against the basalt columns that surround you. You pause before crossing the threshold. Conceal the relic this time. But yes, tell me more about that book of yours, friend. Which book? This one here? This crimson and silver book? With a wry grin, he pulls a dusty tome from the nearest shelf and glances at the cover. There's really not much to be said of Histories of the Grey Isles. It's quite a chore. Don't play dumb, you know which book I mean. Play dumb? Your hypocrisy is wearying. I suppose we must go through this rigmarole again. Yet again. The Book of the Deep appears in his hands, sheathed in its dirty crimson jacket. Go ahead. Ask us. And where did you get it? Sparkling dust motes hang in the air between you. Don't you remember? You were there. The air around the book begins to pulse rhythmically like a quickening heartbeat. So was she. Who, you wanted to forget, begged me. The room bristles. This is what you asked for. Give me the book. Your words hang in the space between. You won't change a thing. The book is ours. Step closer. You take a step closer through the crackling room. The collector lurches forwards in response. What can you possibly hope to achieve? Take the book. You strike out with your right fist, punching hard into the jaw of the collector. His face shatters and falls to the ground. I need to look at the previous images, because was this always a mirror? Was it ever a doorway? Huh. You're pathetic. The Book of the Deep is in your hands. In our hands. Understand this plainly before you sink us into despair. I know how to bring her back. It's all right there on the pages, and now you've seen its power firsthand. We wield the power to release her from her slumber. We can undo everything, undo what you did. But we know how that story ends. So, let's go a different path. Arguably a good path? I mean, less harmful to the people around us, at the very least, I hope. So, Lighthouse Keeper, what do I do with this? I have a book. The book, in fact. You've had it this whole time, have you not? Doesn't matter. Make the most of this window of lucidity. Now is the time to act. You still remember where it happened, in that gloomy darkness behind the bay. When you are ready, I'll point the way. I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Warning, you are entering the final phase of the game once again. Your progress will not be saved from this point onwards. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Once again, your progress will not be saved from this point onwards, and I am sure I want to continue. We must wait until night is thickest, until the ocean is as it was all those years ago. Yeah, so it's time. I'll point the way. Appreciated. Follow my light. Go and do what's right. For her. Throw it back. Where does your light point? Ow! Bother. I mean, not vitally important, honestly. Okay. Go that way. Okay. Yep. I am a good captain. / pilot. / driver of boats. Oh boy. And it's just the same process as before, isn't it? Just a quick little jaunt to a location. Huh. I feel like this final trip should have more danger to it. Don't you? Like maybe it should max out your terror meter, that little eye at the top there. Huh. Regardless, though, this is the place. Throw it back. The book struggles in your grasp, its weight somehow shifting from side to side. Silver ribbons flail pathetically against your fingers. Throw it back. You hold it high above your head. A low groan rumbles from the book, echoed by another from the depths. And you throw it back. You throw it into the foaming water. And so it falls. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I like that less. Well then. Now, was that a different beast than the one that we summoned before? I believe it is. And the fog is gone. Huh. You know what? I kind of like the other ending more. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the previous ending more. I like the sort of Eldritch Horror aspect of it. You know, the idea that you sacrificed everything around you for this ghost of the person who you presumably didn't really love. You must have been obsessed with her, because honestly, I don't know, this might just be me and not having that level of empathy, but I cannot imagine doing this for someone and being like, oh yes, this was romantic, this is love. No, this is obsession. But, okay. These guys made a good game, and honestly, I do think this is a fantastic game, simply because it doesn't overstay its welcome, like some games will. This one is just solidly made. There really isn't anything I can say to complain about it, right? We could argue that, oh, sometimes it would get a little annoying when you got, like, damaged, but honestly, it was entirely my fault every time. I was just a little bit messy with the piloting. And, yeah. Right now, this scene is very, very cozy, relaxing. It's definitely a better ending from quality of the world kind of perspective. You know, from living in this world, it is better that this is what happened rather than the previous ending where we summoned up Cthulhu. But I don't know. Something about the other endings seemed more honest. Although, there is a question I have. where, or something I struggle with, I suppose, where I think that the more negative thing is the more honest than the more positive thing. Do you understand what I mean? It's, yeah, a personal prejudice, I suppose, is what we'll call it. It's a solid game, though. I mean, it's a solid fishing simulator kind of game. And honestly, there isn't anything I could complain about this, besides the fact that I like the other ending more, and I think because of what I have done, I might be locked out of ever seeing that ending again. Let me test that theory. So if I were to continue, am I locked into this good ending now? Or can I go back over to the ruined mansion, which evidently is our mansion? Evidently. Which raises several other concerns. But also, how did nobody recognize us at the town besides the lighthouse keeper? Huh. Oh, so I can still deliver the relic. Oh. Okay. Now here's something interesting. I don't understand. Who are you? I am what was fractured from you on that day you dredged the depths. I am what could be. I am your breathless self. You mentioned saving someone. Yes, she will rise from the deep. The book describes it. We almost have all the pieces, just one more. Okay. Now that right there is a mark of a great dev studio, because they knew that would be a concern. Ah, that's still locked, but okay. Okay. Interesting. I wonder, though, deliver the rock? What does that do? He approaches, drawing closer within incessant ticking. You have the pocket watch, and it remains like this. You take out the watch, its once frozen hands are now inexplicably twitching in rhythmic struggle, trying but failing to move forwards. Ah. Curious. Do I know this? Huh. Curious. Well, I'm not going to return that just yet. Although I might be locked into this path now. Have I... Curious. Well, for my own sake, I'm going to do this just so I have a way to start differently if I... Well, start from here if I decide to do the DLC in the future. But for now, this has been Dredge. It's a wonderful game, link is in the description. And I will see you all soon. Oh, and of course, note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly.